Hello, my dear children. Here we are again with another interesting lesson for grade 10 students. And I'm glad to be here with my colleague, Ms. Suchitra. Hello, Ms. Suchitra. How are you?
Hello, Miss Samadhi. I'm doing great. Thank you. And children, how are you today? Hope you're staying safe and happy today as well. So children, we are having a long vacation, right? Because of this pandemic situation. Let's go and ask Miss Samadhi what she has been doing during this vacation. Miss Samadhi, what have you been doing during this vacation?
Well, I have been doing a lot of stuff.
All
To
right.
start with, I've been planting vegetables in my garden with my family. And I've been playing with my brother actually. Yes.
All right.
And I have been trying out new recipes. You will be surprised to know how many new stuff I did. And then I have been teaching on the Guru Gedara educational program with you, of course.
All right, Miss Samadhi, I can see me there and you there.
Yes. And well, I think that's enough for today.
Okay, this is what you have been doing.
Exactly. So given the fact I've been doing this for a long time, well, we have been given holidays till we didn't start our schools. So to talk about actions that we started in the past, but still happening, continuing, we use the tense called present perfect continuous. So we use the tense present perfect continuous to talk about actions that we started in the past, but still continuing. Or maybe has only just finished. For an example, I started running in the past, I'm still running now, so I can simply say I've been running. So when it comes to the sentence structure, whenever you want to write a sentence in present perfect continuous, you can follow the structure subject, and according to subject we can use has or have. Now why do we have two here, Ms. Suchitra?
All right, to use for plurals and for singular.
Correct. So according to subject you use has or have, then you use been, B-E-E-N, remember, then you add the ing form of the verb after been.
That's right.
So what happens in these sentences?
So let's see. If you have the word have, I have been working. This is how you need to say. You, if you take you as a subject, you have been working. What about we? We have been working. They have been working. Let's look at has now. Has is for singular.
Exactly.
He has been working, she has been working, and it has been working.
Yes. So if the subject is singular, we have to use has. If the subject is plural, we have to
Have.
use have. You got that correct. So now when it comes to negative form, we can use the same structure, but what do we do here? We simply add
The word not.
after has or have.
That's right.
So shall we read these sentences again?
Yes, I have not been working.
Since 8.
Yes, you have not been working. We have not been working. They have not been working.
So we can use either since 8 or for 2 hours.
That's right.
We'll come back to that, talking about time duration. For
Yes.
now, let's focus on the structure. And when the subject is singular, what happens?
You have to use the word has. She has not been working for 2 hours. She has not been working. It has not been working.
Exactly correct. So that's how you do the negative form of present perfect continuous.
That's right.
Now we look at some more sentences so our students will get them properly. So students haven't been going to school due to the COVID-19 pandemic. You are still not going to school.
That's
it sta-
pathetic.
Yes, but it started in the past. But still you are having the lessons on Guru Gedara and school. So yeah. And then next sentence.
She hasn't been feeling well.
So she was sick.
Right.
And she's still sick. I
She's
guess.
still sick, yes.
That's why we use present perfect continuous. She hasn't been feeling well. That means she's sick. Next
They
sentence.
haven't been playing chess.
They haven't been playing chess. So all these sentences are in negative form in present perfect continuous. When it comes to interrogative form, now what is interrogative again?
What is interrogative? That is question form. Question form.
Exactly. So when it comes to question form of the present perfect continuous, we just simply put have or has before the subject. So when we take the sentence, she has been reading, the
It
subject.
has to be.
Yes, the subject is she. So what do we do?
Has she been reading?
Exactly, we take has in front, so it becomes has she been reading? The question. When it comes to yes no questions, we will look at more examples.
All right.
So I have been following online lessons. Ms. Suchitra, how can you ask the question here?
Have you been following online lessons?
Correct. They have been studying.
Have they been studying?
And for WH questions, well, to get the underlined word as the answer, we have to always use the WH questions at the very beginning of our question. Then we have to just use the rest. For example, I have been sleeping. How about the question?
What have you been doing?
Correct. And I have been hiding behind the cupboard.
It has to be the place.
Oh yes,
Where have you been hiding?
correct.
Where have you been hiding?
Well, you see me here clearly, not hiding here. He has been studying English. How about the question here?
What has he been studying?
It has been raining all day long.
How long has it been raining?
You got that correct. So, when we come to using present perfect continuous tense in English, especially, there are two common ways we are using it for. The first one we already discussed to talk about actions that we started in the past but still continuing. That's the first use. That's the first place where we use in present perfect continuous. And the second use of it to describe actions which have recently finished after being in progress. Don't worry children, we will be discussing them separately, so it will be clear for you. First, we'll talk about the first use, to talk about actions we started in the past but still happening. So as you can see, Michael has been jogging. He started jogging in the past, but still he is jogging. I'm pretty sure he will be jogging in the future too.
That's right.
So he has been jogging for and now.
Yeah, good for him.
Oh yes. So we focus more on the continuous action. The emphasis is on the duration of the action. Another example. So Dami started to work in a garden at 8 a.m. this morning. Now it is 12 p.m.
That means she has been working in her garden for 4 hours. Wow, that's a long time.
It is a long time, so she is still working. That's why we want to use present perfect continuous here. We look at another one. He has been sleeping for more than 10 hours.
It means he's still sleeping.
Exactly. So, with that said, I want you to learn these two words. That's why I'm introducing for and since. So, we often use the prepositions for or since in present perfect continuous to talk about the duration.
That's right.
So, when it comes to duration, that means the time period, we use for with a period of time. We use since with a point of time. For an example, shall we read this one?
We have been waiting for the bus since 8 o'clock.
Exactly. So it means we couldn't catch the bus yet. Still we are waiting.
Still waiting.
Exactly. And next one.
It has been raining for 3 hours. It means
It is still raining. It started 3 hours ago. Still it is raining for 3 hours. It hasn't stopped yet. So this will be clear for you. Make it clearer for you. So we use for with a period of time. For an example, Ms. Suchitra?
for a few minutes, for 3 weeks, for 2 years.
Exactly. And we can use since when we want to talk about the point of time. It tells us when an action started. So in our present perfect continuous tense, we can simply say we started the lesson at 6 p.m. So the lesson has been telecasting since 6 p.m. So what are the other examples?
You can also say since 2 o'clock. These are the phrases that you can use when you talk about this tense. Since 1998, since Sunday, since she began her new job is also correct.
Correct. Yes. So that's the difference between for and since. You can use these time indicators in your sentence to make it more meaningful. Now, another one. Where is Mantini?
She's sleeping.
So that means she has been sleeping for a long time. Sam and Jay are talking.
They have been talking since their class ended.
Exactly. So, something that they started in the past but still happening, they are using present perfect continuous.
Chatterboxes, I guess.
Yes, they are. So, we are moving to the second use of the present perfect continuous. So, if you can remember, I told you we are using present perfect continuous to talk about actions that have just recently ended, especially when there is still evidence of that action. Yes.
Miss Samadhi, did you notice this? Children, did you notice this?
Okay.
You have such a lot of paint in your hands.
Oh, yes, I
What
do.
have you been doing?
Okay, the thing is, I started painting my room in the morning. So, I have been painting my room.
All right. Are you
So-
still painting it?
Well, I had to run here to do the lesson for our students, our children, but I have just finished it. So, to talk about actions, we have just finished, we can use present perfect continuous. I have been painting my room because you can see the evidence. I
The
have
evidence,
paint.
yes. You can see the evidence.
Exactly. So, for example, after you paint, you may still have paint on your hands. To explain this, you would use the present perfect continuous. Sorry, my hands are dirty. I've just been painting. Another one. Mr. Chitra.
Sorry, I'm all sweaty. What have I been doing, children? I have been exercising, which is really good.
Yes, it is good. You got to do it.
Thank you.
So, I can see that you are sitting. So, that's why I say I've been exercising. And next one. Why are you two crying? Have you been fighting? So, what's the evidence here? It
The
is-
evidence.
Exactly.
You're crying, you have tears on your face.
Yes.
That is the evidence.
So, have you been fighting? I can simply use present perfect continuous to ask the question.
That's right.
So, notice that in each of these examples, there is evidence, paint, sweating, crying, of the recently completed actions. That is painting, exercising and fighting. So, to talk about actions you recently finished, where you can see the evidence, we use the present perfect continuous tense. Then, we are moving into a small exercise. I hope that you can do this very easily now because you have been listening very attentively. So, we'll do it together.
Yes, and
Shall
the
we?
explanation was very clear as well.
Mhm. So, we use the present perfect continuous form of the verb to fill in the blanks. Use the negative form where necessary. For an example, it is enough now. You have been eating for more than half an hour. So, somebody has been eating for a long time.
Somebody who is greedy, I think.
Oh yes, somebody must be hungry. So, as you can hear, we have used the positive form of the present perfect continuous.
That's right.
Now, when you do this, remember sometimes it can be negative too. So, Ms. Suchitra, why don't you take this?
All right. The first sentence is, I feel tired. I blank in the garden all day. The tense, the verb is work. So you can say, I have been working. Positive sentence there. Positive form of the tense. In the garden all day. Have been working.
Yes.
In the same way, the second sentence, the bus has stopped for tea because the passengers have been traveling. Traveling, you have to double the last letter. Remember that as well. Have been traveling for 6 hours.
And third one?
We blank go to school. We blank go to school since September. We have been going to school.
Well, we have not been going to school since
That's right.
September.
That's
But you
right.
went to school, I know. So, that's why you said that. But I have not been going to school since September.
Right, children have not gone to
Oh,
school.
yes. And the next one? It has been raining for the last 2 months, causing heavy losses to the farmers. It's still raining. It's pretty bad. How about the last one?
I have been reading this novel since Friday. And I have almost come to the end.
But you haven't finished it yet, have you?
I'm still reading it.
Yes. Now, you can see. Have you ever seen my cat?
This is your cat?
This is my cat.
All right, that's cute.
Thank you. His name is Tiny.
Tiny.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you know what happened to it yesterday? Well, we'll put it in dialogue so our children will understand what happened very well.
All right.
Okay. So, I have your name there. So, why don't you start?
All right, that says Suchitra. That is
Oh,
nice.
yes.
Okay, so let's go. Hey friend, where's your cat? Tiny.
Oh, hello there. Don't even ask.
Why? What happened?
Well,
to it?
it's okay now, but it has been very sick yesterday.
What happened?
It had been vomiting all day long.
And
It had been coughing and sneezing too.
COVID-19 perhaps.
Come on. I had been worrying too, so I took it to the vet and there I had to wait because the doctor had been checking a sick dog for 3 hours. But finally he said that Tiny had a cold. It is okay now. So children, as you can see, had been coughing, had been worrying, had been checking. This is kind of okay going together with present perfect continuous. But now we are going to focus on past perfect continuous. What does it mean by past perfect continuous? We use past perfect continuous to talk about actions that we started in the past and we were doing it in the past for a certain period of time actually. So, to talk about action which had been in progress up to a particular point in the past, we use in past perfect continuous. So, it started in the past, we did it within a time period and it was completed in the past as well. So, that's how we are using past perfect continuous. For an example, yesterday Tiny started coughing in the morning until it was taken to the doctor at night. So, all day long it was coughing. So, it is fine today though. I can simply say Tiny had been coughing all day.
That's right.
How about the next one?
I started studying at 7:30 p.m. yesterday. At 8 o'clock, the lights went out. So I had been studying for half an hour when the lights went out.
Oh yes, so for half an hour you were doing it.
That's right.
And when it comes to past perfect continuous tense, affirmative sentences, positive sentences, we can simply just use had been and the ing form again, he had been eating. Interrogative, how about the interrogative?
Interrogative is a question form, remember?
Oh, yes.
Had he been eating?
We simply take had in front. And negative sentence again?
He had not been eating, or we can also say he hadn't been eating.
Yes, use the contradiction form. Then the negative question we can say, had he not been eating or hadn't he been eating? So we'll do another exercise with our children, shall we?
All right. There's a small task again.
Oh yes. Use past perfect continuous form of the verb to fill in the blanks. Use the negative form where necessary. The example given, look at it children. Why didn't you score enough marks? I had been teaching you for 1 whole year. I'm pretty sure you must have heard this like a lot of time and you are going to be listening to it for some time as well.
That is right.
Yes. So the next one, how about the next one though?
Let's look at the first sentence there. We blank lived freely before the pandemic broke out. So it has to be we had been living.
Because now we are not living freely, we have to wear the mask and we have to be careful. It's better to stay at home as well.
Yes, wash hands everywhere we go.
Yes. And the next one, at the end of the day, we were very tired as we
had been travelling for more than 18 hours.
Oh yes.
That's why you're tired.
Oh yes. And the next one, my son had just switched off the television.
He had been watching cartoons since 5 p.m., which is not a very good thing.
Oh yes. If it was educational program, it's fine. But cartoons, it's not good to watch for a long time.
That's right. It has a lot of violence
Oh,
sometimes.
Yes, but he's good because the TV is switched off now.
Yeah.
So he had been watching this.
That's right.
And next one.
When his car broke down, Mr. Pereira had been driving for 4 hours.
So he had been doing that for some time in the past. That's why we are using past perfect continuous.
Right.
And Tiny, you know what happened?
Yes, that's right. Tiny had been coughing all day long. So I took him to the vet yesterday.
Oh yes, that's what happened.
So now he's all right.
Now he's all right, but this happened in the past for a time period.
Right.
So children, now you know we are using present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous. Well, when it comes to both tenses, we are talking about a time period. What are the words that we are using to talk about time period again? For
and since.
Exactly. So for with the period of time and since with a point of time. And remember in that present perfect continuous, we use present perfect continuous to talk about actions that we started in the past but still continuing, or perhaps have finished just now, where you can see the evidence like the paint in my hands.
Oh yes. You need to wash that off.
I will. So when we are talking about present perfect continuous, we can write the sentence structure, subject, has, have, and been plus ing form of the verb. When it comes to negative, you can simply add not after, hasn't been, haven't been, and the question form you just take has or have in front. And next, past perfect continuous, we use past perfect continuous to talk about actions which had been in progress up to a particular point in the past. So that means we had been doing that for a certain period in the past tense. It started in the past, we were doing it for some time, and then we completed in the past. So when we want to talk about such actions, for an example, Tiny had been coughing the whole day long, we can simply use the past perfect continuous. So we use past perfect continuous to talk about actions which had been in the progress up to a particular point in the past. When you write the sentence again, you can follow the structure subject had been, verb ing, form. Now remember, when it comes to past perfect continuous, it's super easy because though the subject is singular or plural, you can use had with both. So subject had been, verb ing form. That's how we use the past perfect continuous tense. And negative form, we simply add not after had not been. And to form the question, what do we do again? We take the had in front. So that's how you form the question form, interrogative. So I hope our children learn the difference between present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous clearly today.
Yes.
Because we gave them a lot of exercises.
That's very right.
And the structures. So before we wind up,
So it was a very good explanation today based on these two tenses, children. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson as well. So stay tuned, stay safe as well, and stay happy, and join hands with Guru Gedara on Rupavahini and watch these programs on their YouTube channel, that is Channel NIE. So stay safe once again, and goodbye.
bye children. Hello my dear children. You are joined with another interesting lesson on the Guru Gedara educational program. And today I have my colleague Miss Suchitra with me. Hello Miss Suchitra.
Hello, Miss Samadhi. Hello, children.
And children,
One second, Miss Samadhi. What is that noise we hear? What is that noise?
Oh yes. Children, can you hear that noise as well? There's this disturbing noise coming.
That's
It's
right.
churning and something is being broken out. So, what is this noise again?
Children, do you hear as well?
Oh yes, so what is that noise? Can't you hear actually? Oh yes.
That's right. So what is this noise? Can't you hear?
Well, we'll put it into a dialogue and see, shall we?
All right.
Okay. So, what is this noise? Can't you hear?
Oh, that. The road is being repaired by workers.
I see.
The road is being cemented too.
Oh, there is a bulldozer, I see.
Well, the road is being leveled by the bulldozer.
Oh yes. So this time we are doing this dialogue again. But children, I want you to pay your attention on the part of the sentence which has been underlined. So shall we do it again?
That's right.
Okay, this time you can shoot.
What is that noise? Can't you hear?
Oh that. So rather than saying the sentence starting from the doer, the workers are repairing the road, I can say the road is being repaired by the workers. So here rather than talking about the doer of the sentence, the one who's doing the action, I am focusing on what is happened to the subject. So the road is being repaired. Okay.
I see.
Rather than saying the workers are cementing the road, I simply say the road is being cemented too. So here, no need of mentioning the doer. I'm focusing more on what happens to the subject.
That's right. There's a bulldozer, I see.
Well, yet again, rather than saying the bulldozer is leveling the road, I simply say the road is being leveled by the bulldozer.
That's right.
So children, you can see there are two ways that we can say the same sentence. The first time, I can just start the sentence with the doer, the workers are repairing the road, or I can simply say the road is being repaired by workers. So when it comes to sentences, we can use two forms to write actually, active voice and passive voice. I'm pretty sure you are familiar with these terms because you have been learning active and passive forms since you are in grade 6 if I'm correct.
That's right.
So today, first thing first, what does it mean by active voice? So when we want to say that the subject of a sentence does the action, we use the active form. For an example, Ms. Sujitra, a man is cutting down a tree. So,
The man is a subject
and cutting is the
Action.
So who's cutting now?
The man is cutting.
Exactly. So when we start the sentence with the doer, a man, we call it active voice sentence. But when it comes to passive form, what happens? We use passive forms when we focus more on what is happening to the subject. There is no need of mentioning the doer actually. So a tree is being cut down by a man. Here, can you see the word man at the very beginning of the sentence? No.
No.
The tree has come in front, so the tree is being cut down by a man. So what happens to the tree is what we focus on. So today we are talking about how to form the passive form of the present and past continuous tenses. First thing first, what does it mean by present continuous? Well, you can see that both of us standing here now at the moment.
That's right. We are teaching.
Exactly.
You are listening.
Very attentively, I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
that's right.
So we use present continuous to talk about actions that we are doing now at the moment.
At the moment of speaking.
Exactly. So for an example, I'm teaching you the passive forms. Another one?
I'm not eating now.
Yes. Oh,
Are you helping me?
okay. So, as you can see, this is the way we are using present continuous. We use the subject, is, am, are, verb, ing form, and the object. So, when it comes to this picture, you can see a nice picture on the screen. What is there?
A cow and a farmer.
Oh, yes. So, the farmer is trying to feed the cow. So, if we write this sentence in active voice,
We can say the farmer is feeding the cow.
exactly here, who's doing the action?
The farmer. The farmer, yes.
Subject is feeding the verb. And
the cow is the object. The cow is the object of the verb.
Yes. And who's doing the action of feeding the farmer? When we start the sentence with the doer of the action, we call it active voice sentence. But when we turn the active voice sentence into passive form, what happens?
The cow is being fed by the farmer. That is a
Exactly.
passive voice.
Yes. So here we are focused on what happens to this cow. The cow is being fed by the farmer. That is passive voice. The cow is the subject,
Is being fed is a verb.
and we use the farmer after the preposition by to show the doer, which is actually not that necessary when it comes to passive form. Now, this is the point. Now we are going to learn how to change active form to passive form in present continuous tense. Well, it's a piece of cake if you follow my advice.
That's right. It's easy.
Yes, and the given steps. So first thing first, check to see if the active sentence contains an object. For example, the sentence, the girl is typing a letter. Miss Suchitra, what's the subject?
All right. The girl is a subject.
And the verb?
The verb is typing.
Do you see any object here?
Yes. A letter is the object.
Correct. So children, what happens is, the girl is typing a letter. We have the subject, the verb and the object. First thing, you are going to, when you turn this active sentence, active form sentence into passive form, what you're going to do first is, move the object to the front of the passive form. When you turn this into passive voice, what do? You take the object of the active voice sentence as the subject of the passive form. So, a letter comes in front. Then what do? Use the correct form of the verb be to match the subject of the sentence. Don't worry. When it comes to present continuous, passive voice, we use is, am, or are. So you can use one of them. Now with this a letter, what do you think should come?
I think the word is has to come.
Oh yes. Any reason behind?
Because that is singular.
Exactly. So remember children that you must use is, am, or are according to the subject of the passive sentence, because when it comes to a singular subject we use is, if it is I we use am, if it is plural we are using are. So letter is singular, and like Miss Suchitra said, it becomes a letter is. Then what do? You are writing being, the word being, followed by the past participle form of the verb after that. So you take the object as the subject in the passive voice and you use the correct be form. Then you write being plus the past participle form of the verb. Now in here the verb is typing. the past participle form of the verb type is?
Typed.
Exactly. So, a letter is being typed. We can simply like put a full stop there. Or
Yes.
if you want to highlight who's doing this, we can simply say
The girl. By the girl.
exactly. But remember, when you are talking about the doer, you have to use the preposition by before that. If it is necessary, you can use by plus the subject or the doer of the active sentence in the passive voice. By the girl. So the girl is typing a letter, active voice. When you turn that into passive form, it becomes a letter is being typed by the girl.
And Miss Samadhi, we are focusing on the present continuous tense today. right?
Exactly. We look at another example. Now here we have she is hugging cats.
Who is hugging cats?
Okay, that will be me as a
Alright,
lover
that
of
I
cats.
know, that I know, yes.
But in here we are starting the sentence with a pronoun, that is she. So what happens here? So cats come in front in passive form. Cats. With cats, what's the helping verb we are using? The be form would be
Surely it has to be are because it's plural.
correct. And then we are using being, B-E-I-N-G, mind you, and the past participle form of the verb, hugged. And then what happens to she? Are we going to use she in just exactly in the same way?
Miss Samadhi, you can't say by she.
Why can't we do that?
You have to use by her there.
Exactly, we have to turn this subject pronoun into the object pronoun in passive voice, children. So she becomes by her. So she is hugging cats. Cats are being hugged by her. That's how you write it. So, shall we look at more examples so
That's
it will
right.
be clearer for
That's
our
right.
dear children?
So the dog is chasing the cat. Is chasing is given in present continuous.
Oh, yes. So when it comes to passive voice, what happens?
The cat is being chased by the dog.
Exactly. And next one.
She's inviting me for her birthday party. Is inviting is given in present continuous tense. I am being invited. The ing there has to be taken to the answer as well.
Oh, yes.
B-E-I-N-G.
Yes.
Being. My mother is helping me to do my homework. Is helping. I am being helped by my mother to do my homework.
Correct. Present continuous. She is helping you. And passive voice.
Someone is repairing the chair. The chair is the object that has come. The subject and object has changed their positions. The chair is being repaired.
So, do we say who's doing this now?
I mean, there's no need to mention the doer.
So, yeah, if you don't need, if there isn't, like it is necessary, you can just simply write it without the doer. The
We
chair
can
is
omit
being
it.
repaired.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
we can
right.
omit it. So, when it comes to interrogative, that's the
Question
form. What happens? We'll look at the example, then it will be easier for you to understand. Is a young woman driving the car?
There's the active form.
Exactly, in active form, that's the question. Is a young woman driving the car? When you turn that into passive, what happens? Well, just like we learned earlier, we take the car in front, a car, then we simply add being form because it is present continuous.
That's right.
Then we use the past participle form of the verb. Drive become driven.
Driven.
Then we put the doer at the end of the passive voice sentence by a young
Woman.
But as it's a question, we have to use the be form at the end, at the beginning, very
the beginning,
beginning
at
of
the beginning,
the passive
yes.
form, passive sentence. So, is a car being driven by a young woman? Because car is singular, you have to use the be verb, correct form is. More examples.
Is she watering the plants? Plants are plural.
Exactly.
So you have to say, are the plants being watered by her? Look at the formation of this.
Correct.
Are they playing today's match in Kandy? The match has to be singular. Then it has to be is. Is today's match being played in Kandy?
Correct. And then we are moving to the negative form.
That's
now
right.
you learned about the positive and the interrogative, then we have the negative form. So when it comes to negative form, it's a simple task. We can simply add not being after the be verb, that is, am, are, to form the negative form in the passive form. Well, of course, after changing the active sentence into passive form. Well, look at this example, children. Then it will be easier, much clearer. So my sister is not using the computer today.
That's the active voice.
Yes, my sister is not using the computer today. So what happens when it comes to passive form? How do you turn this now? Now you know, when it comes to passive, you take the computer in front, the computer, then use the be
Is.
verb is,
Being.
then you simply add not being after the be verb. Yes, negative form, the computer is not being, past participle form of the verb used, and the doer by my sister. So the active voice, negative form, my sister is not using the computer today. When
And the
you-
passive form is the computer is not being used by my sister.
Yes, you got that correct. More examples so it will be clear for our dear children. She isn't playing the piano now.
The piano isn't being played by her now. They are not polishing the floor at the moment, are not polishing.
Oh yes, the floor is not being polished by them at the moment. Now, shall we do a small exercise with our children?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, to help them out, we'll do it together.
We'll do it together.
Ready children? I hope you have a notebook and a pen with you. So we'll do this together. So you have to rewrite these sentences in the passive voice. My father is washing the car. My father is washing the car. What can be the answer be?
So is washing is given in present continuous. Remember that. So it has to be the car is being washed by my father.
Correct. You have to use being after the be form.
Yes.
Next one. The farm is milking the cows. The farm is milking the cows.
Is milking, present continuous once again. So it has to be the cows are being milked by the farmer.
Yes, I hope our dear children have got the correct answer as well. Nice. So, next one. I'm doing all the work.
All the work is being done by me.
And we are not preparing invitation cards.
Invitation cards are not being prepared by us.
Is she watering the flowers?
Are the flowers being watered by her?
Correct. And next we are moving to past continuous. Now children, what does it mean by past continuous? We use past continuous to talk about actions that we were doing at a particular time in the past. For an example, imagine now it's 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. What were you doing at 6 p.m. yesterday?
I have been watching TV.
Exactly. So Miss Suchitra was watching TV. She was doing that in the past. So I was studying at this time yesterday. Next one.
Sureni was not ironing her school uniform when the lights went out.
Exactly. And were they studying last night? So children, how about you? So that's how you use the past continuous tense in active voice. So how do we change this into passive voice again? Super easy. You can follow the same steps used in present continuous, in past continuous as well when changing the active voice to passive form too. So we'll take the example, the girl was typing a letter. Miss Suchitra?
So the subject is the girl. The verb is was typing. That's the past continuous verb. You need to remember. A letter is the object.
Exactly. So first thing, you're going to move the object to the front of the sentence as a subject in passive voice. So letter comes in front.
Front,
A
yes.
letter. Then what you're going to do? Use the correct form of the be verb to match the subject of the passive voice. So a letter with that, what are we going to use?
So this has to be past.
Exactly. So with past continuous, we are using either was or were.
Right.
So we have to remember.
Yes, was is for singular.
Exactly.
And plural, you have to use were.
Nice. So with a letter, it is singular. We are using
Was.
was, a letter was. Then we simply add being again
Being.
and the past participle form of the verb. A letter was being typed. If you want to mention the doer,
Then you say by the girl.
exactly.
And that is not very necessary as well.
Yes, you can simply use the preposition by, then you can just mention the doer. That's how you do it. So the girl was typing a letter was being typed by the girl. So, more examples.
Some workers were repairing the road.
That's active voice.
Yeah.
So what happens in passive form?
The road was being repaired by some workers because the road is singular. You're using was there.
Oh yes, I hope our children understood the same point in there. And my sister was helping me. What happens in passive voice?
It has to be I was being helped by my sister.
Correct. And I was watching TV for 10 minutes.
The TV was being watched by me for 10 minutes.
Correct. So you were doing it in the past tense. So next one we have the question form. We call it
Interrogative.
exactly. So was a young woman driving the car?
That's active.
Yes. And when you turn that into passive voice, once again what happens? We take the car in front and we just simply add BEING, then the past participle form of drive, that will be
Driven.
driven, and we just simply show the doer after the preposition by.
By.
Here you have young woman, so it becomes the object in the passive voice. And last but not least, you have to add was in front of the question form. Why is was there?
A car is given in singular. That is why we are adding was.
Exactly.
If we have cars there, you can simply add were.
Got that correct? So I hope our children got that point as well. When it is singular, was, plural, were. And then we are going to look at more examples.
All
Shall we?
right, all right. Was he reading a book?
That is active voice.
Was a book being read by him?
Passive. Was she watering plants?
Were the plants being watered by her?
Oh yes. So was he cleaning his room?
Was the room being cleaned by him?
So when it comes to negative form, we can simply add not being after was, were to form the negative of the passive form after changing the active sentence into passive, just like we did in present continuous negative form in passive. So he was not reading a book, that is active voice. When you turn that into passive, what happens?
A book was not being read.
Exactly. So a book come in front. With that we are using the be verb was, and we simply add not being after that past participle form of the verb read. Well, remember, though we pronounce it as read, we write R-E-A-D, the same spellings as the present form of the verb. Then he comes at the end as by him, because we have to use the object form of the pronoun. Okay, so that's how you form the negative. Examples.
She wasn't playing tennis then.
Passive voice.
It has to be tennis was not, wasn't being played by her.
Correct. And brothers weren't helping me.
I wasn't being helped by brothers.
I was telling truth there actually.
I know.
And then, shall we do a small activity again?
Yes.
Small exercise, children. Rewrite the sentences in passive voice. So we'll do it together. So it will be easy for you to understand. At
That's
the same
right, that's
time.
right, yes.
So first one, he was playing the guitar. How do you think the answer should be?
The guitar was being played by him.
Correct. Somebody was cleaning the room.
So was cleaning is past continuous. The room was being cleaned. Don't have to say by somebody, right?
Exactly, exactly. And he was not feeding the dogs.
The dogs were not being fed by him.
Correct. And was mother preparing breakfast? Active voice. Question 4. So what
Yes.
happens in the
Was
question?
the breakfast being prepared? Was the breakfast being prepared by mother?
Correct. And the last one, were they carrying the bags?
Were the bags being carried by him? By them.
Correct. So we come to the summary. So I hope now you know what does it mean by present continuous and past continuous and how to turn them into the passive form. So when we do that, shall we, Ms. Suchitra?
All right. When we use the passive form of the present continuous, we use the structure.
Positive sentence, we use the subject plus is, am, are plus being, B-E-I-N-G, and the past participle form of the verb. If you want, you can add the rest of the sentence
as well. Okay.
And when it comes to negative,
Subject plus is or am or are with being, not has to be added, and the past participle form of the verb. Rest of the sentence, if you want, you can add.
yes, and interrogative, it again.
Is, am, are, is or am or are, and the subject with being, the word being, and the past participle form of the verb, and the rest of the sentence if you need.
Correct. And when it comes to past continuous, how do we form the passive voice again? Well, when it comes to positive, we can simply add the subject. For the subject, mind you, if the subject is singular, we are using the be verb was. If it is plural, we are using the be verb were. And after that, we are adding B-E-I-N-G again and the past participle form of the verb. And you can simply add the rest of the sentence if it is necessary. How about the negative?
Negative, subject has to be there, and then was or were. Not being has to be added with the past participle form of the verb and the rest of the sentence.
Yeah. And the interrogative again. We are starting our question with
Was or were, and then you have the subject. Being should be there definitely, and the past participle form of the verb and the rest of the sentence.
and I hope now you know how to turn these active voice sentences into passive voice, especially when it comes to present continuous and past continuous. So with that said, Mr. Chitra, if our dear children miss the lesson,
Alright, so if they miss the lesson, they always have their YouTube channel, that is Channel NIE. So stay safe, stay blessed, and goodbye.
bye.